And good evening, everyone. It's an every other Thursday here at 98.3 FM, WRLR, the Life Community Radio for Lake County, Illinois, broadcasting from Round Lake Beach, Illinois. My name is Lou Bruno, and once again, I am privileged to be your host tonight for the Cert Show. Presentation of Fremont Township Community Emergency Response Team. We thank the people of Fremont Township and all of the people here at 98.3 The Life who make this possible. Lake County Department of Public Health, who sponsors us. Lake County Emergency Management, who supports us, along with Citizens Corps Council. And God, I don't know all the other people that have supported us through the 10 years that we've been on the air. But special thanks to the team here tonight. Terry Cox, Senior Advisor and Consultant. Jill Hughes, our contributing editor. Thank you guys for coming by. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
We're here. Yes, I know what you mean. It's I've been running around really just too many things at one time.
Physically, we're all here.
We're all here. Well, Terry looks wonderful. Yeah.
I always look wonderful.
Well, you know, our hairstylist, we were talking about it before the show started. Our hairstylist, you know, does a great job with you. Yes, I would think so. But we literally have a packed house in studio this evening for those of you who are watching on Schwitt TV. Oh, the camera's got a great focus on Terry and Jill together. That's sharp. I like you two guys together. Oh, I don't know. You have to sort of hit one of the live channels, maybe. But and also, no, we're live. We have now her partially in view. We got to lower her camera a bit, but I need to do that from Lake County Department of Public Health Emergency Response Coordinator. I had the privilege, and everybody else on our team had the privilege of meeting her just before the pandemic in 2019, and we all knew that they did great work over at Lake County Department of Public Health. But then we didn't expect, come March of 2020, that we'd be spending a lot of time together. And Patricia Korn, who our listeners will remember, she's been on more than one time. But she did a marvelous job, along with really everybody else at Lake County Department of Public Health, coordinating and running the vaccination program, the testing program. So welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
No, I know you came for a long distance. You've been traveling a lot, work-related.
All work-related. A lot of preparedness conferences this time of year.
So thank you for coming by, and you're going to be able to participate well when I introduce our next guests, who are, of course, frequent visitors and have been here before, but it's that time of year again for what they do. And first of all, from Gurney Mills, the Director of Marketing, Kelsey Casterjohn. How are you, Kelsey?
I'm good. Thanks for having us tonight.
Okay. You look quite well, too. Everybody sparkled here. Everybody sort of walked in. Yeah, everybody sort of walked in and was like, oh, got it. And then as soon as we went live, everybody just like, oh, boom, on it. So it's been a while, but welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks. We're happy to be here.
No. Listen, you're one of the bigger neighbors in the area, so we are happy that you're here, and you're going to be talking about the First Responder Expo, which will be back again, not this weekend, but next weekend. And if you remember, listeners, last year she was here along with Kelsey, Trudy Mata, Newport Township Fire Protection District. How are you? Okay. Well, thanks everybody for coming. I thought I will omit air, which if my wife's listening, this is just like one of the few times I'm going to do it. But but I sort of
listen to this too.
I sort of said to everybody, just come in together. It'll work. We're all talking about the same thing. Thanks for all coming by. But I know that Kelsey, he's got a little bit of a time crunch. So we'll lead off with her. And I should mention that not only can you listen to us on 98.3 The Life in your FM car radio or home radio. And again, I don't know if we'll talk about this tonight, but more important than ever to have that battery operable radio at home. Well, no, I have to. It's slowing me down. I have to have a tooth out, but because of some of the I have to get off some of the medication I am on in order to do that. And so I'm a bit distracted with some mouth pain until then. So if I say anything a little bit out of the ordinary, it's just because of the drugs or lack thereof on that. So do excuse me. But listen to us on WRLR.FM worldwide, Radio Garden, YouTube, Twitch TV. So there's plenty of ways to listen and see all the wonderful people here this evening in studio. So First Responder Expo, I'll throw it over to Trudy and Kelsey. Not this weekend, but next weekend, the weekend 15th through 16th.
Yes. We have a full lineup of events. We're hosting our 26th annual First Responders Expo the weekend of May 16th, 17th, 18th. So I'll turn this over to Trudy, but Friday we're welcoming the Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit. And we're going to have a welcome procession. And Trudy is one of the Tunnels to Tower Foundation ambassadors. So she has lots of information about that foundation and what that exhibit holds and what you can look forward to on Friday, May 16th. We'll welcome that exhibit at 1 p.m. in our parking lot at Gurney Mills, parking lot E. So Trudy, what can you share?
So the 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit is an 83-foot tractor trailer that expands to 1,100 square feet. An artifact from 9/11 compared to the building, gear from some of the firefighters, videos, all kinds of artifacts. It's wonderful. And we also this year have 4 firefighters from New York coming to give the tours that were there on that day. So you'll have firsthand experience what happened.
Quite emotional for them.
If you haven't seen it, it's a once in a lifetime foundation. Go to t.org and they will tell you everything you know about it. Do a great job helping first responders.
Yes, we're excited to welcome them back. And so we're going to welcome them on Friday, May 16th at 1 p.m. in parking lot E. And then we'll line the ring road and give them a warm welcome. Be out there at 1 o'clock to get your pictures with them, the first responders. We'll have community members. We're going to give complimentary American flags and we'll line our ring road to give a warm welcome to the exhibit. And then we'll kick off our 26th annual First Responders Expo on Saturday, May 17th. That opens up at 11 o'clock with our opening ceremony. And this is a fun, free, family-friendly event. We're going to have over 50 police and fire departments. We have a whole lineup of safety activities. We have a couple delicious food trucks out there. We have live demonstrations. That's going to include the canine demo. We're going to have a crash scene extrication demo. We'll have a side-by-side demo and then also a fire bomb squad demo. So it's a full day packed with activities. And in addition, that Tunnels to Towers mobile exhibit is going to be on display with the private tours from the 9/11 New York firefighters. So we're excited again to welcome them back this year. So come out and join us. And there's going to be lots of vendors and activities and meet with your departments from your hometown. So, And then Sunday, you want to talk about Rods for Remembrance? We're hosting our second annual.
So our Rods for Remembrance will be Sunday, 9 a.m. So if you have a car and want to bring it out, registration. Money that we make from it will all be donated to our community. And last year we raised almost $10,000. So we get about 350 cars. Great time. We have food vendors again. We have the 9/11 that will be there for tours, and it's just a fun family event.
Yeah, and each year it seems that a new agency or new responder group, first responders, collateral responders like CERT, other people involved in emergency management are out there, and Patty, Lake County Department of Public Health will be out there.
We'll be under the tent. And last year it was a big success. We have a artificial dummy to teach the Heimlich maneuver. So the kids all got a chance to see if they could pop the little lodged capsule out of the dummy's mouth, and it was great fun. And then we also did 60-second CPR. So it was we had a line of kids all day. It was great. Good event. Right. And we have our high school medical reserve corps group coming out to help us at the booths. They'll be there all afternoon.
It's great. There's a lot of hands-on activities like that it's good to get your hands on. Like you said, instead of watching a video, that in life person, real life situation, there's lots of different activities under the vendor tent and community members that will be out there from hospitals all across the county.
Jill.
Be a life-saving event for the kids.
It is. Yeah.
There was some big kids around. What to do.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah, things like that, and to climbing around, and CPR, and then you can climb around fire trucks and police squad cars. So there's lots to do. It's a packed event. Keeps you busy for a few hours.
Terry, I was noted that this is the 26th annual. So you were around at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I sure was.
And it's really fun for you. I know, because I know you've been out there many of the years to see how it's grown and become more and more popular. And now with the 9/11 memorial that comes out, it's one of the good things for Lake County, really. Oh.
After that happened, and it was very emotional.
Did you go right after 9/11, or were you there once they had the exhibit up
It was
and?
when they had the
Yeah, I bet.
they just showed I imagine what people
I bet.
so feel it.
I feel like that way with this exhibit too, right, Trudy? I mean, it's almost, I've never been to Ground Zero, but I feel like this exhibit is just a mini version of that. And same thing, you're in this huge, first of all, it's a semi trailer. And once you get in there, it does not feel like it. It's what, like 1,200, 1,500 square. Okay. Yeah. And you get in there and you feel like you are in an exhibit of a museum. And same way, you get in there and it's just like, it's, yes.
Listening to these guys on Zero being just listening to these guys about that actual guys are coming back.
No.
Because that's what this is for. This semi has been dedicated to go around the country.
Patty, have you been there?
I have. And I actually grew up north of Philadelphia. I went
Oh.
to high school, so I knew a number of people that were working that day in the tower. So
Oh, wow.
it's a rough day for a lot of people, even if you were not directly related, or
Mhm.
even if you didn't know anyone. It's a pretty emotional remembrance.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that was the day when that happened, after the fact. Companies joined in. That was the day that I felt like obviously I'm Canadian, but I didn't feel like this was really home. That hit me, and that really. Dealt with that, and everybody came together. Well worth a visit to Gurney.
yeah. If you can't get to New York, do stop by. It's still moving to this day. I didn't have occasion to go until last year, January of 2024, with my wife. And what was amazing for me is as you moved over towards the site and walking over there, was that you sort of felt it.
Right.
You felt the presence of
Yep.
something that had been there. It was like, I don't know how to describe it, but there was something there, and it was just sort of attracting you. But of course, you get there, and there's the memorial, which are the fountains and the names. And well done. Well, for that reason alone, you should get out there. But also, if you have grandkids, right, Jill?
Yes.
Should I? Was I supposed to mention that you may have grandkids? Yes. Well, you got some big boys that like cars too, right?
I do.
Yes. So,
Like car show. I think car shows for everybody.
so the Hughes family is going to have a great time.
We might, yeah, unfortunately, my son is flying car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, to the moms both here and in our audience, happy Mother's Day in advance. I should ask any special plans, anybody? Or no?
No.
Special plans is not cooking.
No.
Getting a hug from my
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, Randy takes it upon herself to plan events. So Randy would be my wife, and so she made reservations as to for herself. Yes,
Oh, there you go.
I can drive. I can drive her along, and yeah, pick up the bill when we go. And Amazon has delivered the gifts. I will tell you, I'm just. I don't, but I think Amazon just saved guys for gifts on so many different things. Because all I got to do is just go to Amazon, Mother's Day gifts,
The next day.
and hit the button, and they're there. I mean, it's like I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to think. I don't have to plan. I don't have to take time out from my remote control. And. And it's there. It's just the greatest things.
It's a wonderful thing.
It is. But hey, besides the Fire Expo, what else is going on at Gurney Mills over the summer, especially?
Actually, this weekend we have a Mother's Day craft fair.
Oh, hey.
It's not Amazon, but you got to come out and you got to see all the handcrafted gifts that you can buy for mom. So different unique items that you can purchase. So they'll be here starting tomorrow, Friday through Sunday, and we'll have about 40 vendors at the mall. So come out and go shopping for mom. And then over the summer, we're getting ready to start planning our National Outlet Shopping Day. So that is June 12th through the 15th, and that's right over Father's Day. A National Outlet Shopping Day is our largest savings shopping event of the year. So there's going to be lots of activations with our retailers. There's a savings guide that you guys can receive. And then we'll start getting ready for back to school. And I can't even believe I'm saying that because it doesn't even feel like summer quite yet. But we'll host a back to school event in July. And then before you know it, it'll be Halloween for our Boo Bash in October. And then we'll be welcoming Santa. I know. It's going to be here before we know it. And all that information you can find at our website at gurneymills.com under our events tab. And be sure to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram and all that. We keep all of our followers updated. So we have a jam-packed schedule. So we're excited to have everybody.
Well, yeah. Terry, you never miss the Halloween event, do you?
Are you trying to insinuate that I look like some of the characters?
No. You're much more like Santa
Okay.
or the Easter Bunny. I can't tell which.
I like the chocolate Easter bunnies.
Yes, that's probably why I have a bad tooth, because I've liked too many chocolate Easter bunnies over the years. Trudy, people probably don't realize, that because you're a township fire protection district, but you guys are always extremely busy. So tell people about it, because we've throughout our history, we try to promote, obviously the local departments, fire protection districts, and let people know who they are and what they do. So tell us a little bit.
Newport Fire Department is up in Wadsworth. We're a smaller department. We have about 5 people right now on staff. Station 1 over by the duck. Duck off of Wadsworth Road. People there on a daily basis, and then Station 2 is up by the truck stops at this offer. Many years.
Yeah,
Almost as long as Terry's been around, right?
almost.
And it's just a great group of guys. We got a lot of young guys coming in. Very busy. We have the interstate. We go all the way up to and Grand Avenue on the interstate. So, besides being up in Zion Beach Park and assisting, pretty busy. For us, for a small town, there's a lot.
Wow.
Department.
No, over the years we have had, frequent guests that have mentioned the Newport district, and everybody says wonderful things about it. And it's like Newport, like where, what, but you guys stay very active and do a good job. I think a couple of weeks ago when Ben Grum was in from Lake Forest, he was mentioning a kind word about it. But that's another thing which why Gurney Mills is where it's at, because of the interstate. But I don't think people think about it so much, and Patty probably will tell us too, how much major highways going through your county lead to all sorts of additional issues that you don't think about. That they're going to have a lot more calls because 41 comes through their town, or they're next to the highway, or somebody's going to get off the roadway traveling on the interstate that probably is carrying something from some outbreak, right, Patty? And stayed at a hotel, and
Measles.
yes, we'll talk about that in a bit when we get into our second segment on it, and because I guess there's reported case in Illinois now. But we just don't think of it. We think, oh, okay, it's just our little town. Oh, but that highway just causes.
Yeah. Right. Great little department. join Fire Buddies. But that we're a charter member now. And have we'll go out and visit them. We do sit down, bring them to our station. So it's a trust that we're doing.
That's fun. How sweet. That's I didn't know that. What a great organization. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a fire truck? Yes.
Kids love 'em.
Oh yeah.
Terry, you agree with that? Who doesn't love a fire truck?
Right.
Well, they also do mutual aid with Bristol.
Across the board, Bristol, Salem, go all over. Pleasant Prairie. We do a lot of mutual aid.
So it's not just the one department.
Yeah. We're up there, we get a lot of calls from other departments. Help each other out.
Yeah, I've been mentioning this even, last night we had our quarterly CERT meeting. But once again, folks out there, natural disasters, tornadoes, thunderstorms, flooding, those kind of stuff, hurricanes, not here. They don't really say, oh, we're going to stop at the state line.
It doesn't work that way, does it?
It doesn't work that way. And, for those of us who are in the emergency response field, one way or another, coordination between jurisdictions over state lines through different jurisdictions, agencies, etc., is not something that is optional. Okay. It's necessary because, as Churdy will point out, something can easily jump over the line from Wisconsin right into your district. And Patty, I'm sure, is reading numbers of what diseases or outbreaks there may be in Kenosha or Racine. And
We look at a few.
yeah, and those things come. And Terry's pointed out, with our CERT group, the importance of a training standard nationwide so that, we can bring in CERT volunteers from all over. I can go down to Florida or California if there's a need and fit right in there. So that's very important in the emergency management field, and just the public should be aware of that. And I don't think that's enough said. So on it like that. Go ahead, Terry.
Even things like your wife
My wife.
has been at the expo.
Yes, she has been with Shield 23.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll be out again this year too.
Yeah.
And it's not just for families and kids, it's for adults. I mean, we have things here for everybody. Fire trucks and that stuff don't excite you. 9/11 is something.
All right. Well, really do try to find some time out next weekend for that. And I may have confused Mother's Day weekend with the Expo weekend a little bit earlier. So mothers, don't worry. You can get to the craft fair, right?
Yes.
You get to the craft fair, and you can point out to your husbands what they should be buying you, because guys like me will have no clue on it. And, then they'll surprise you the following week. Oh, you got what I told you to.
Amazon will fix you.
On it. Yes. Yes.
That's the escort in, and we'll be arriving at Green Mills Mall.
Our show's on the 18th.
No admission, free. Just show up in the parking lot, and there you can. And just meeting a lot of the first responders is fun, and they really appreciate that you come out there and talk to them, see their equipment, hear what they do. They really do, find that an important part of their job on it, and one of the reasons why we're here. Kelsey, I guess you have to go.
I do.
Okay, no, that's all right. Please,
Thank you so much for having us. I
we-
really
we
appreciate.
talk every once in a while.
Yes.
I'll talk to you soon anyway. We'll
Are you going to come out to the expo?
I will be in town next week, so I will come out to the expo. Where are
Okay.
you going to be?
We will be at the information booth. So
Okay.
go near the semi truck and look for our red tent. We'll be there. We're giving away swag bags.
Oh, who? Hey.
Right? You gotta stop by.
Oh, okay.
So we're excited to see you and have the community come out and join us.
No, we're happy to do that. Just so you know, too, it's our 20th anniversary here at 98.3 The Life coming up in September.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well,
That's
thank
great.
you. Thank you. Yes, we were.
27, I think,
All right.
like that.
But thank you, Lay. But Trudy, you can stay, right? I'm not throwing you out.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good. Kelsey,
for
thank
having
you.
me.
All
Thank
right,
you
good
so
luck.
much.
Good luck. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. All right.
Good
you know-
seeing you.
You know what, Trudy, it may help. Why don't you swing that mic number 3 over, and that may help a bit. I don't know if you've got the best working mic in the studio. Every once in a while, one goes, say hello. Say hello,
Hello.
Mike. Oh,
Is that
yes. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Kelsey. Okay. Second half of the Cert Present show here on 98.3 FM, The Life, WRLL, broadcasting from Round Lake Beach, Illinois. Let me reintroduce everybody. We're down to 2 special guests now. Patricia Corin, Emergency Response Coordinator, Lake County Department of Public Health. Trudy Mata from Newport Township Fire Protection District. And, of course, Terry Cox, Jill Hughes, and me, your humble host, Lou Bruno. Although, forgive me. Trudy, where are you from? Are you from the local?
I live in Lindenhurst.
Yeah, no, but I mean, all your life here?
No.
Okay. Well, I know Jill and Patty said no, but Terry's here all his life.
Yeah.
All right. As everyone knows, the Pope is now from Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Now, okay, I'm a Catholic, but I'll put that aside. And I'm American, obviously, but I'll put that aside. But nobody grows up in Chicago to be Pope. I mean, come on, Terry.
I will point out he went to college in Philadelphia.
Yes, he went to Villanova. Yeah. But, and a Cub fan probably likes hot dogs with no ketchup, all that kind of stuff. But it just from being from Chicago, it's sort of humbling, like the Pope's. It was like the first thing I said, the Pope's from Chicago. Who would ever think of that? I mean, it'll be a great Saturday Night Live bit, I think, when this weekend, if they're live. But Patty, I know there's always so much going on in the health department. And I know you want to talk about Operation Dropbox. And what I'm really excited about, so many different agencies and groups and people are helping out. That's really special.
Yeah, we are really excited about this. So McHenry County, and I used to be with that health department, so we have a great working relationship. This is their 6th year doing Operation Dropbox. And it started on a very small scale that they asked the community for donations, canned goods, small household items, clean, brand new socks, underwear, things like that. And they collected these donations, boxed them up, and used them in lieu of a medical countermeasure. So instead of pills or medication, they did pick lists, and the Veterans Path to Hope came in, picked it up, delivered it to different agencies. And last year, they put 8,000 pounds of food in the food pantry for Veterans Path to Hope. So it really has been a successful program. We have been challenged to co-exercise in the region. So we thought this was a great opportunity because Veterans Path to Hope and Lake County veterans are merging. So this organization will serve Lake County, McHenry County, Boone County, and Winnebago County. So it's really a good opportunity. So what we did is put out 41, we have 41 drop sites in McHenry County. You,
They're on the website.
you can go on the website and look for not only a shopping list will be on there of what Veterans Path to Hope really needs, as well as the 41 locations. The health department and all the government buildings within Lake County do have drop boxes as well. So we are going to collect till the end of May. And we had hoped to start out with about 10 to 15 locations, and we got 41, and the requests are still coming in. So the response from the community has been really overwhelming. We had our first week, and we for the first week, we were very successful in the amount of items that were donated. You can donate gift cards. You can go on Amazon and shop. They have a shopping link on our webpage. And if you don't feel like going to the grocery store, no problem. As Lou pointed out, Amazon delivers. So
by the way, we don't encourage any particular brand of home shopping,
Yeah.
but
but
just
this-
giving a personal experience.
Yeah,
Yes.
and this works for Veterans Path to Hope because they can be very specific in small houseware items that they need. They provide veterans, homeless veterans, with new apartments, startup apartments, and opportunities to find work. So a whole host of activities that they do out of that organization. So we're really excited about partnering, especially in lieu of all the cuts, the agency cuts that we're seeing. I think the need is even greater to help out this organization. I mean, these folks really put it on the line for all of us as a country. So it's a great way to give back and say thank you. So what we are going to do with all that stuff in June, we're going to sort it, we're going to box it, we're going to inventory it. And then on the day of the exercise, our Medical Reserve Corps will come out. It will act like a medical distribution site. And Veterans Path to Hope and Lake County veterans will have a number of vehicles that will come in with their pick lists. The orders will match. So that gives the Medical Reserve Corps an opportunity to see how all that works, train under those circumstances. So if we do have a large scale biologic or chemical attack where we need to distribute quickly, we can do that with our volunteers. And all that will be on the 18th. And we're partnering with Department of Transportation. They're moving all our stuff for us. And we'll use a couple of their drive-through garages to get everything loaded and put into the vans. And then their food pantry hopefully will be stocked through the end of the year. And they've got enough small houseware items to get some apartments fully stocked with kitchen items and food and drip coffee makers. They also accept gas cards. So if somebody's going on an interview, they can get a tank of gas. Everything is on the table. So it's a great way to donate. It's an off time of year. It's not the holidays. So if you have something, you're at the store, pick up a few extra cans. Right. We really appreciate it. And the shopping, like I said, the shopping list of what they want is on the website. So you can go right on there and see what they're requesting and drop it off. If there are any questions or you can't figure out where a drop site is, give us a call. We're more than happy to get you in the right direction.
Yeah, I mentioned it briefly, but I'm just running down. I just pulled it up on Facebook. The people or groups, organizations dropping down. I just want to run down some names, and please forgive me because there's so many more. But just an example of how big this has gotten so quickly. McHenry Public Library District, Big Brothers Big Sisters of McHenry County, Waukegan Mail Depot, Homestead Bank in Crystal Lake and Lincoln the Hills, Gurnee Police Department, McHenry County Department of Public Health, Vernon Hills Police Department, Warren Township Center, very close to here, everything for Fox Lake, Algonquin Police Department, Veterans Assistance Commission of McHenry, Village of Lake in the Hills, Waukegan Main Street. I can go on, but Patty, I don't know how you did it.
Right.
Really,
So McHenry
that's
has
super.
100 sites this year.
God.
Stepped up.
Yeah.
So theirs has really, the community participation now is overwhelming in McHenry. So this is our first time out of the box. So the fact that we got 41 sites, we were really excited. But the great thing is the state looks at this, and the CDC and ASPR looks at this and sees that we're cooperatively exercising, which is, in their eyes, a really good move, because we know as resources shrink, we really need to pull in our neighbor, pull in other entities to make sure we can get what the community needs when the community needs it. So this is a great exercise. And hopefully next year we can pull in a couple more health departments and really go over the top with it.
Yeah, as I say, it would be over the top, because just an amazing participation.
About 3,000 veterans.
Right.
And so you're talking about Amazon. If you don't live anywhere near other places, you could actually order something
Right.
have them delivered to, obviously not a library if they live but any of the police departments listed on the website, have it delivered and paid for.
Yeah, and on the Lake
Dropbox.
County Health Department, you'll see the Lake County addresses and locations. So they're pretty spread out. We go from Barrington all the way up to
Right.
Antioch, Gurnee, up to there's some places in Zion. A lot of the fire departments participated, and municipal halls. So there's a few banks, credit unions that have also, all the Baxter locations have participated as well.
Yeah, outstanding. Our compliments, because the other thing is, I happen to know you guys are pretty busy.
We're a little busy, just a little. But
And
that's what makes us keep going.
you know, we obviously having participated with you during COVID, and knowing how long that lasted, and then just as the COVID was winding down, there was the Highland Park shooting incident, which really, as we know from the headlines, just ended with the sentencing a couple of weeks ago, and there was assistance still going on for the victims through the sentencing in terms of their mental health. But I know that there was another huge organizational effort. Some of us were out at the assistance. I saw you out there, Jill, and I were there with Cert, and it was like you didn't catch your breath on it. And that came up, and well, luckily we haven't had any flooding or tornado damage, really. Well, we did have a small tornado,
We
yeah.
had a little tornado damage. What's kind of interesting about Highland Park is Tiffany Etzel is the Medical Reserve Corps unit leader. And big shout out to her, because she has taken all those people that volunteered for COVID, sifted through all the names, sifted through, vetted them, got the background checks. So we have a pretty solid Medical Reserve Corps, almost 300 people. But within that corps, we got almost 80 behavioral health therapists out of the Highland Park response that are now part of our Medical Reserve Corps. So
No, it's
really important arm of that.
well, that's another real success story. When I first got involved in the responder community, the Medical Reserve Corps was out there. Terry, of course, clued me in on a lot of things, but it's really ballooned, welcomed that balloon the last few years, and I know you guys have recruited it.
Right.
for it.
And what's really impressive, when we were in San Antonio last week for a national emergency preparedness summit, and there are only 10 health departments with a behavioral health team across the country. So we are one of 10. So we're pretty proud of that group, and hats off to Tiffany, because she is really put a lot of hard work and time into that unit. We've offered continuing education to keep them in, get them crisis and trauma training. It sadly it is, but we really need to think about these type of events and how to respond. Right.
Yeah, and Trudy, were you out there at all?
No.
The Highland Park Systems, because yeah, what Jill said, I think we all found from what we did, and I don't know if you picked it up, Patty, but we would, our job was to meet the people initially, greet them, assess them, and almost to a person, it was like, no, I'm here to recover some property, or I had a question. Yeah.
Right. And still do.
Yeah.
It hasn't ended for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they needed it, and it was very gratifying to be part of that.
Yeah, the other thing that surprised me to this day, Highland Park does have, not giving anything away, they are an upper income suburb in large parts. And a lot of people that came in there, I mean, you easily knew that they were covered by health insurance and probably had a therapist on call if they needed it. If they didn't see one actively, and it wasn't something we were screening for or asking them. But, and I'm still trying to figure out, I don't know whether anybody, examined this portion, but apparently they felt more comfortable. Yeah.
Right. And the other thing you have to realize is at that parade, there were about 5,600, I think was the estimate of attendees. There was a large Spanish speaking population from Waukegan, from Highwood. So it wasn't just restricted to Highland Park residents. You got a lot of these bordering communities. So the challenge was, especially into that second week, was getting that other population in and making sure they were taken care of as well.
And that's another excellent point. Jill, you can tell me whether you noticed it, but initially it seemed that the demographics were the middle and upper income residents. There is a large Latin population in Highland Park, and I think they had to hear that it was okay to come. That there's listen, I don't even want to get into it, but that everybody was welcome. Nobody was going to ask you anything but, do you need help?
Everybody there.
Yeah, no, we've said it many a times, but it was such a rewarding experience for those working on it. I know, Patty, I didn't have to go every day. Jill didn't have to go every day. I know for you were probably out there every day. But for those of, yeah.
Get that because we're going to do this now. So you ordered it, and that was good to be adaptable.
Well, actually, and Terry and Trudy will probably tell me, and and Patty will tell me how come it took you so long to learn this, but especially when we were at the vaccination center. If you missed a day, if you weren't there, then it was like new. It was like starting out new. Yeah, that was yesterday. And I go, well, we did this 2 days ago. Forget it. But that worked. We're not doing that today.
Right. You really had to meld to the circumstance.
Right.
And as data changed, as requirements of who got the shot changed, as weather changed, there was
Right.
always a challenge every single day to doing something like that. So you really had to be able to pivot on a dime. When the 18 and under weren't coming out for shots, we did a prom day and got the kids out there or went to the schools. So yeah, so we really did
Good
pivot
idea.
quite a bit
Yeah.
on how we,
Excellent.
and then we went to the neighborhoods. We did 411 pop-up clinics. We
Yeah.
went to laundromats. That was my favorite. And, wherever the population was that we needed to hit, we worked with the different business owners and they were great. They opened their doors to us and we got in there and got shots.
Speaking of that, I know we dropped the M word a little bit
The lovely
earlier,
measles.
and there is a reported case in Illinois. I don't know whether it was
So we have
around
4,
here or not.
but
We
they're
have 4.
not in Lake County.
Oh, okay.
So Southern Illinois and I believe Cook County are the cases, but they've completed the contact tracing. They were all diagnosed in April. There's a list on Cook County website of the locations. If you were in those locations, just be aware of the symptoms if you're not vaccinated. And obviously, this is a great time to figure out if you need to be vaccinated. If you got your shot in the early 60s, you might want to talk to your doctor about getting a booster. You might want to get a titer run to see if you have a defense against measles. So it's just a good time for a checkup. And it is a highly contagious virus. You can't avoid it. It hangs in the air for a long time. It's not like COVID, which would kind of dissipate with time.
Right.
Measles kind of hangs for a long time. So you really want
Is
to
that
be,
airborne?
it's airborne.
So you can walk through something there, left. You could walk through.
Correct.
So, yeah.
So it's a good time to look at your kids' records, even if your kids are in college, young
Yeah.
adults, older adults. It's just a good time to look at everybody's shot records.
People are sort of spread.
My generation, we won't.
We
We
won't.
won't. They lined you up. They told you it was like they're coming out of your school today. They lined you up. Everybody got it on it. Now, I don't recall, and I guess this is where maybe Patty can help. How do you know for sure? I mean, I know that I got lined up for shots, and I'm probably sure it was
I kind of
measles.
laugh at that because I went back
Okay, I'm born in
School.
1956.
in
Okay.
in the 90s. I decided to get a science degree. And
Yeah.
when I went back to school, they said, oh, we need your shot record. And my shot record, I had it, but it was a white index card
Right.
with it written, and the doctor's office would write on it, had this shot, had this shot, had this disease. And the doctor or the nurse would fill that little index card. So my mother had 6 of them for the 6 kids, and that was our shot record. So when I took that to UIC, the registrar looked at me. She said, "You're kidding, right?" I said, "No, this is my shot record." So she said, "No, you need to go get titers run." So off I went to the primary care and ran my titers. Interestingly enough, I needed a measles booster
Wow.
because I was vaccinated in the early 60s, and it was not a live attenuated virus. So I did get a booster in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember.
Right,
Yeah, the sugar
right.
cubes. Yeah.
Shots, so I have my record that looks like that.
Yeah, the only one I could really prove was my smallpox because I have the little
I've got
scar on the arm.
I've got
Terry, what about you? You were
probably everything, right?
I got mine 80 some years ago.
okay. Yeah, I was with my sister over the weekend, and Yeah, we got on the subject, and I do recall my mom talking about her having, she's a little bit younger than me, about her having measles.
Most people
Yeah.
early in the 50s. So my siblings, I was the only one that got myself and my youngest sister were the only two that got measles shots. Got the MMR because all my other siblings got the measles. Pretty typical in the 50s. I totally dated myself, but that's very typical just to get them. Pretty easy to get the titer run.
Yeah.
I believe you can even check in at Walgreens or CVS to get those,
Oh,
but
the
primary
titers
care
are-
physician
okay.
should be able to direct your way to get the titer. And that'll tell you if you need a booster.
I used to work at vaccination, couple of vaccination clinics. First, yeah, or have one for vaccine. Oh, when I had that.
Well, it's this always happens. Before I know it, it's almost 7:00, and we're gonna have to be getting. But please, all the ladies that came in tonight, you're welcome back anytime. And Trudy, I hope to see you and Kelsey next week.
I'll be running around. Yeah.
Okay.
I put more
On
steps
it.
in than ever.
So we'll try to stop by. Patty, everybody at the health department, we always have a place for you. And again, we can't thank enough what you guys did back in from March of 20 for a couple of years afterwards. And I remind people, you guys set the standard. A lot of people followed what you did.
Well, thank you. And we're so grateful that you're here to get the word out and really encourage people to get vaccines, get the testing done, whatever they need to have done. And we're certainly really grateful for the shout out with Operation Dropbox.
No, please. Anytime we can help, let us know. Okay, for everybody here, I should be getting some music, but I'm not for everybody at the Cert show. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We hope you'll listen. I don't know that we're quite lined up for 2 weeks from now, but we'll have another exciting guest. And oh yeah, okay. Well, we'll have her in. Well, she's a celebrity back in the UK. We will talk about her media appearances. I know. Congratulations. All right, everybody. Stay well. Talk to you later. Thank you for listening.